All right. So we had a request by who requested it? Pontus play some Golgari Shadow. Um, it's a deck we've played a few times on stream. It's actually been like surprisingly consistent, which nobody ever expects, but here we are. So that's what we got. The main deck, a lot of good like Jun style Death Shadow cards with Thoughtseize, Shadow, Tarmogoyf, Street Wraith, Mishra's Bauble. We've got a lot of our value pieces like Traverse the Open Wall, Liliana the Veil. We get to play main deck Endurance since we're just like 50% green. It's not getting evoked as much, but it's pretty easy to play at turn 3. Traverse the Overworld goes and gets not only like any land, any creature, but a lot of these utility pieces. Like it can get endurance against graveyard decks. It can get Urza's Saga, Nurturing Peatland, Beseiju, be able to blow up some annoying stuff. We're trying out Haywire Might today as an Urza Saga target. A little 1/1 that sacks itself to exile a non creature artifact or enchantment. In the sideboard, not a whole lot of exciting stuff. We got like Turok for the white decks. We've got Necromentia and like Chalice of the Void for Cascade, unfair stuff. Um, we've got like a Soul Guide Lantern in the board to tutor up against grave decks, as well as a Nihil Spellbomb in the main. The Nihil Spellbomb in the main is mainly so we can get it and like if we do draw it and we don't want it, we don't just always just sack it and draw a card. Uh, Unlicensed Hearse, a little extra grave hay. We got a second Haywire Might in the board. Got a Hex Parasite for like opposing Saga decks or decks where we want to lower our life total fast for Shadow. Think like Tron. Hitting Needle in here, some Terrace Unders, blah, 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 blah. Run with it. No sideboard Tireless Tracker. No, not really a lot of times you want to be boarding in a Tireless Tracker in Modern. Now, if you were wanting to build the deck with Giganta as a companion and like cut the Wraiths, cut Dismember, Lily Endurance, cut Necromentia, Chalice, then you could probably find room for a Tireless Tracker or two. But with this kind of build, we're not really planning on getting past 3 lands very often. So, or if you are getting past 3 lands, you're usually like sacking a Saga somewhere in that process. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to sack your Saga, go down to 2 lands, play a 3rd land, play the Tireless Tracker, and then need a 5th land. All right. But like most of the really good hands with the deck just kind of play out like Jun mid range. Thoughtseize into Goyf into Liliana, or um, some land with a turn 1 drop interaction into like Urza Saga Goyf or something. Can't be any way this is better than Jund, right? Depends. Get to play if you're talking about better than Jund Saga, depends on the matchup. Like you can play less painfully. I guess we'll get to find out here. Better than Jund Shadow. I mean, you get to play more like mid-rangey cards. You get to play Endurance and Liliana. You get to play Urza Saga. I mean, it's just going to be better in different matchups. Take my Endurance. What does take my Endurance mean to me? Do I want Inquisition? I think I do. I think I actually factually do. All right, so it's creativity, which means Renin 6 is really annoying. They've got another bolt coming off the top, so Goyf is going to be in some trouble. We can take Renin 6. So they get to Thoughtseize our Tarmogoyf, presumably. They're not going to Thoughtseize our Tarmogoyf. I'm no expert, but that seems like a mistake to me. Maybe they think they can double bolt the Goyf, but there's no instant in the yard, so they resolve the first bolt, and Goyf grows to a 6/7. And I'm kind of thinking they haven't thought of that. Also, all 4 baubles is unless they're just planning on holding the Thoughtseize to take my fatal push and get like a dwarf token down. I guess it's fine, but the Tarmogoyf seems like the more pressing issue here. Don't do it. Don't do it. My guy, why'd you cast the second one? I get the oh shit after the first, but why'd you cast the second? Yeah, like I said, I think they didn't Thoughtseize because they thought they'd just be able to take the uh, take out the Tarmogoyf with the double bolt. Okay. So we've got decisions to make. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I know they've got Dwarven Mine Unknown. So I could hold up Fatal Push and protect myself from like what's it called? Transmogrify or creativity. I could just like traverse for an Urza Saga. I could traverse for a Scourge of the Sky Claves. Fetch shock down to 14. If they get uh, an Archon, I sack the Goyf, keep the Scourge. They go up to 10. I go down to 11. Scourge is a 9/9. Not a forced chump. I don't think I like that play. I think I just get an Urza Saga. Uh, get a Wraith. That way I could fetch shock to 14, cycle wraith to 12, and be able to play shadow. Maybe that's better. Yeah, why not? Alright, somebody up there is determined to let us get a shadow down. One of the reasons I like traversing this deck is like there's so many targets to get. Got it. Okay. Could fatal push, reverse, probably just go get another wraith. Is that my best play? Yeah. Okay. So that's their last card in hand. I then I taking it. All right. What you got? Card. Blood Crypt, draw a card. Woo. All right. Post board, creativity. Got E's coming in. I think Needle's fine against like Rin. I don't think they run enough islands for choke. Harisunder exiles Rin. Kind of whatever. We saw Fable. I don't know if we saw the land base for Leyline binding. Maybe I just want to keep the one in. Swap out Nihil for Soul Guide. So we can get like the ETB exile if we want on like an Archon. Abrupt Decay is fine. Fatal Push is a little whatever. Liliana's pretty whatever. All right. See what we got. The last time we played Golgari, creativity wasn't like as popular as it is now. So I could very easily see like swapping out a couple sideboard cards for maybe another Necromentia, maybe something else, but just like something more impactful in this matchup. though. Like EE is really good on its own. We think they're sitting on a Veil of Summer. I guess it could just be like plan for turn 2 Ren. Not turn 2 Ren mana. Bitter Reunion. Okay. Bitter Reunion, ditch an Archon of Cruelty. Alright, so am I just going Saga Hirsch here? Like, I want to get this Saga down earlier. The earlier I get it down, the earlier it gets to my yard and grows Goyf outside of, like, bolt range. Even if I exile this Archon. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Alright, so are we gonna have to treat this like if they got everything, they got everything, and there's nothing I can do about it? Like, do I just go Haywire Mate, Haywire Might, exile the Fable, Fatal Push the Shaman? And kind of say, like, alright, if you've got land and creativity in hand. Oh no, they've got swamp, so they can't play a land and get a token. Okay, so if that's the case, then I think, yeah, I think I just want to Haywire Might, sack, get rid of the Fable. Fatal Push the tokens. Go. You've got a Ren. Uh-huh. What you gonna do with that fetch land? I'd like to exile that, please. Okay. What are we getting off of this? I could just get Pithing Needle and name Ren. But I don't really care about the Ren if I've got what's it called? Hearth going. Trying to make sure that I'm not just like making a construct. I don't think I am. I think I'd rather get down Tarmogoyf. Could get Shadow Spear. I could get Map to just go get more. That's probably good. Yeah, Map can get me like Peatland or something. That's an unfortunate one. Huh. A Seiju off the top, eh? And a Fatal Push on hand? Then create a token, put the same damage on board. The token would be a 3/3, right? 4/4 if I kept like the bobble around, as opposed to a 5/6. So the Tarmogoyf is more damage, right? Unless my math is just like all kinds of messed up. Get another Saga. That seems okay. Maybe just thinking about card advantage as well when they have 1-for-1s like Fatal Push. Yeah, but they have to like have the Fatal Push right there. And even if they did deal with the Goyf, we did just like have the Shadow as a backup threat. I don't think it was like crazy. Now, are we naming? We could name Archon. We could name Creativity. We could name. What's it called? Fable. I wouldn't say always Archon because there are lists that like shift into like an Emrakul or what is it? Iona? Is it Iona? One of the big white names, not Iona. It's the one that like can't deal damage to Miria, something like that. Post board. So I don't think it's just like always name Archon. There's a pretty reasonable argument for like everything. So they do have another Fatal Push, another Terminate. Creativities are dead now. But it's more of just like not a huge fan of any argument that involves the word always. Because there's an exception to pretty much every single rule in like the game. I think it's just nice to know that always isn't always the case. Is Archon a very safe pick 99 times out of 100? Yeah, absolutely. Except for the phrase, they always have it. So that does happen a bit. I can't argue with that one. Also, we tried your Orzhov Shadow list and we got smoked. It went terribly. We didn't try your exact list. I changed out a couple cards here and there. Nothing like crazy, but Golgari Shadow rising from the ashes. Yeah, you love to see it. So we could go land, Lily Edict the token, attack at the Ren, make a token with Saga. Or we could Lily tick up, make a token with Saga. We had options. That's the important part. Traverse the Ulvenwald looked pretty good that match. Be able to get wraiths to grow our shadows past whatever they had. We could get sagas. So maybe we need to look at like building the deck to include a third traverse. I think if you're running Giganta and you're cutting some of like the expensive stuff, I'd probably look at a third traverse. On the bright side, if we do well with Golgari Shadow, maybe we can convince Electric Bob to play it. All right, this is like S tier Golgari Shadow hand. Just Thoughtseize on 1, Tarmogoyf and Saga on 2. Ragioli. Get away. Leave Cliffs. Ragioli. Hiya. What you got? I will throw this Tarmogoyf in front of a Ragavan with everything that I'm worth. Please don't take my expedition map. Please don't take my expedition map. Please don't take my expedition map. Damn it. That was worth a try. Okay. Okay. So let's go Thoughtseize away the other Ragavan. Grief. I don't care about grief, right? Grief's pretty whatever. Pretty whatevs. Back with the Goyf. Opponent says, well, I'm not blocking that. And we say, all right, take your extra point of damage here because we didn't have instant in the yard. Marsh flats. All right. So let's go make a construct. Tutor up something. I just want to tutor up like a Nihil spell bomb. So I can like tag the Spyro with it, or do I want to get Shadow Spear? I think I'm just gonna get Nihil spell bomb. Can always get Shadow Spear off the next thing. Because if they spend their turn like hard casting a grief to take my grasp, I just kill them. I guess I don't kill them. Put a lot of pressure on them to deal with a Tarmogoyf strapped up with a Shadow Spear. How about that? Am I supposed to? I guess we can see what we draw. All right. So with that, we load a mana. Go get Shadow Spear. Flip up our Goyf. Already got sorcery in the yard. Is there anything that we can add to the yard with this reverse? No. So I think I'm just going to like get a basic and traverse for another saga. That seems reasonable, right? A forest, reverse, go and get another saga, play saga, deck's perfect, go. If you spend a bunch of mana on a seasoned pyromancer, you die. Nice. Very nice. Alright, post board. Post board against Scam. Scam. Post board. I like Soul Guide. I like Hearse. I actually like Terra Sunder. You have the option to just like 4 mana exile a Fury or whatever. Can Undying it if it's exiled. Pretty nice. X Parasite doesn't do much. Pithing Needle I don't think matters. Haywire Might does give like an answer to opposing unlicensed hearses, Blood Moons, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. What would I bring in over a couple Thought Seizes? Or maybe just bringing in like Turok as a body is fine. I hate that. All right, what do we got? We've got removal, we've got a hearse, we've got a saga. Cards and spells that do things and stuff. Ragioli, ragioli. Stay the hell away from me. All right. I think I'm just gonna get a basic here, like get a basic swamp, play around Blood Moon a little bit. I should have gotten it off the polluted delta. Oh well. That's on me. I was like so dead set on fetching for a swamp with the fetch I knew about that I just like lost track of drawing a better fetch to go off of. A licensed hearse. Okay. So Traverse is for the most part dead now. I'd like to take a Blood Moon, please. Did not bring in Pithing Needle. But we can get a Haywire Might to get rid of the unlicensed hearse. Schizo, Death, Storehouse. All right. So we make a construct, we untap, we make another construct. They've got double fury. So do I just want to get like a bobble or something? The Meta Talk. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Tuesday. Also, the Azurius. Sorry I missed your follow, but thank you so much as well. Greatly appreciate it. I don't really want to get a Haywire Might and just have them be able to like 2-for-1 with Fury. I think I'm just gonna get a Shadow Spear. Double check my basics. Yeah, just one swamp, one forest. So Besaju's not doing anything for me. Not Besaju, Traverse. You know, this thing. This card over here. And yes, I know that like Shadow Sphere and Scourge is a bit of a nombo, but I'm hoping that if one is good, the other isn't. Eon Zero. Okay. Good draw for the home team. If they blow this EE. Like, if they blow it with one, they definitely were going to blow it if I threw both of them out there. So, honestly, I'm pretty okay with that. Like, if I attacked with both, they were absolutely going to blow the EE. But if I only attack with one, there's like a chance that they don't throw the EE out there or don't blow it up. In which case, Scourge gets way, way better. What is this game? This is obviously Golgari Death Shadow. Like, I don't even know where that question's coming from. This is obviously my opponent letting me get some value out of my Infernal Grasp. We got the Shadow Spear before we drew the Death Shadow and the Scourge. We had 2 Construct tokens off an Urza Saga at the time. So it didn't look so crazy then. This game, anything like Pokemon, they're identical. Interchangeable, honestly. Ooh. Little might. Little might. Might action. Here's the might. No. Like, how can our opponent know what's going on if we don't know what's going on? Gross. Gross. Ah. That's pretty rough for us. Alright, so we're going to respond by blowing up your hearse. Okay. Oh, it exiles a non-creature. Nice. Nice. Forgot about it. Okay. It was a mistake on my part. Good sequencing by my opponent. Bad sequencing by me. Hmm. Hmm. So I could sack the peat land. If I find like a free artifact, I could traverse for a shadow. I can just hold up the endurance and plan on blocking. It's probably a little better. And I don't want to exile anybody's graveyard. Terminate. Okay. Through the hearse. This gets terminated. Block. They're going to exile something. They eat it in response with their hearse. So I want to exile a couple things that aren't going to shrink Tarmogoyf. Fury. Ragavan. Sure. Then they exile the same things with their hearse. Yep. Okay. Terra Sunder plus Peatland in the yard gives me delirium. But that does not. Yeah, I just have to pass, unfortunately. Like I can exile the hearse. I can't do anything with the Terra Sun or the Traverse. Cast with Kicker. Get out of here. Right, you gotta respect modern staple Terra Sunder. Like hard cast another. Well, we're dead on board if they just went for 2 attackers. See what they do. They're going to let me get a Death Shadow. Fair enough. Not sure that's the choice you want to make, but the Kato. Not even gonna try to pronounce the second half of that. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming around and checking out some sweet Golgari Death Shadow action. No. Ah. Just the rips, the grief, terminate, fatal push rips. I feel like I probably need to bring in Pithing Needle's like only for hers. I just feel like that's not enough of a reason to bring it in. Alright. We're gonna need a similar game, but with like 78%. Seems fine. So if I go land on 1, Saga on 2, and they have Blood Moon on 3, I only get 1 construct off Saga. Probably fine though. Fine-ish. Alright. I think this is the second opponent I've had triple or triple turn 1 Ragavans. Anybody out there just like not having triple 1 or turn 1 Ragavans? That's the opponent I want to play against. Go ahead and get our basic swamp. That out of the way. On undying this. Okay. Big bucks, no blood moon. Big bucks, no blood moon. Looks like not a blood moon to me. Ooh, baby. Land? Oh, land. Alright, I just have to make another construct. Like, I really want to just dismember this Ragavan. I think I'm going to. They missed a land drop. We'll get an expedition map. Yeah, get a map. Dismember the Ragavan. Pack with the might, and we'll just like play a Tarmogoyf or something. It's got to be like reasonable, right? Mistaken coming in with the raid. Thank you so much. Hope you had an awesome stream. Welcome, welcome everybody. If it's your first time here, my name's Michael or Control Freak on Magic Online. Play a lot of Modern, especially a lot of Death Shadow. And today we were playing some Golgari Death Shadow with Urza's Sagas and Jank and seeing what happens. Are we playing a Springleaf Drum? No. I had one in there like initially, but I found myself just like not needing the extra mana a lot, so I ended up taking it out. If they got the Fury plus the Undying effect, this is pretty rough for us. Looks like they do. I don't know, just bolt. Okay. Okay. Can handle that, kind of. Land off the top. So do I want to go map for Saga here? Get that rolling. Yeah. But yeah, I think drum would probably be a good addition. So certainly don't hate that suggestion. Ooh. Shadow action. Here's a shadow you got to deal with. Yep. Make a construct. Tap. Make a construct. Go get a. I just want to bobble here. Guess I could get Soul Guide Lantern. Do I care about exiling their yard? Not really. But it might be better to just have around. Don't really care about Blood Moon at this point. Shadow Spear's fine. Just get a bobble. Whatever. Play. I don't even want to play EE. Like, it's an extra point of damage, but I can actually fight through Blood Moon if I hold on to it. I mean, I guess I got Terrace Thunder, so I don't really care about Blood Moon anyway. I don't know. I think I'm playing too scared. Hidetsugu consumes all. That was absolutely on my radar. Alright. Hidetsugu. Hidetsugu. Am I supposed to be just like exiling this already is right? Such a weird game. Pyro. Alright, how about a land for this Turok? Land for Turok. Nice. Alright, so let's attack him with Scourge. This is an enchantment creature when it flips, right? Yeah. Here's a Turok. Nab another Spyro is nice. Take that. Alright. That's a lot of Spyros. You could have a slightly lower number of Spyros. That would be ideal. Alright, so I can EE on 0, take out the tokens. Like maybe I want to EE on 0, pop the tokens, attack. If they block with a Spyro, just post forward like or post main phase 1. I can just like curse. Or EE on 0, blow it, attack with Scourge. Yeah. Gives me the best blocks. I mean, I guess I could go like EE on 0, stack it, hit the tokens, attack with both. Whatever they double block on, I can Infernal Grasp, and I can always just like sack the Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, let's go with that. So EE on 0. Blow that up. Attack with both. Oh, this is perfect for me. I don't think they realized that this Turok dealing them damage at the same time grows the Scourge. I just get to kill everything. Then we will play Hearse and exile the 2 Spyros. Spyro 1, Spyro 2. Go. That worked out for us. New set available. Brothers War. Yes. The set that comes out in like a week. No. Kalidas. Kalidas. Kalidas, Trader of Get. So we are just exiling Kalidas. Get out of here. Attack with everything. Then Hearse is going to exile Spyro and Ragavan. There you go. Now I've got pop Soul Guide Lantern, draw a card. I can untap an Endurance plus Infernal Grasp. Ouch, population OP. Oh, man. I felt fortunate to get out of that one. Like, they missed their land drop for 2 or 3 turns. We were really able to take advantage of that. Like, if they just hit their 3rd land drop right away, then I think that would have been a completely different game. Please, this guy's a hero. I've had some hero opponents today. Not gonna lie. Sure. Keep this. Got land, sorcery, creature to get in the yard really quickly. If we get to Infernal Grasp something, then we've got Delirium online. Let's go. Vet Shock, Overgrown Tomb. Really hope we're not up against Burn, but we are. Not Burn. Not Burn at all. Quite the Inquisition proof hand you got over there. What's our play? The old Onderance. It's a good one. Gonna win us the game on its own? Probably not, but solid. Yeah, dying over here. Blood Crypt for a little no bitter reunion. Why? Why would you shock in Blood Crypt? Are they just gonna ice me? Okay. I don't. That seems really meh to me. So we could traverse here. Is traverse doing anything? Could traverse for another saga just to have it next turn. Guess that's something. Turn felt very meh. think I have to go find like a shadow or something. Like I don't think that don't think the constructs are doing it for me here. To pop bobble now because I do have dismember in my deck. I'm kind of guessing they just like have drawn into creativity between their blind draws and Prismari command here and ice. But I just feel like I haven't really done much this match. This game. 2 to me, draw and discard. Would have been really nice if they'd drawn and discarded an Archon there. And we could get them with endurance. Does not appear that's going to be the case, though. Yep. All right. Game 1 out of the way, at least. Choke looks a little bit better if they're playing like Prismari commands and spell pierces and stuff. I don't hate that. Liliana came out last time. I just want to ditch all the pushes. I think I didn't bring in Terra Sunder last time, so try it over a spot removal spell. Alright, good opening hands. Which that is not. That's a little better. Invents creativity. Okay. See if they'll fight over this. About this. Opponent's too smart for our tricks. Creativity, moon, bolt, persist. Alright. The creativity down. Still a pretty decent hand. Yep. Ditch the lightning bolt. Kind of interesting. Here's a choke. Go ahead and play the shadow. Wonder if they found another bolt. All right, did you find another creativity? And it's another body. All right, what do we got? Fable's okay. Exile a couple lands out of my yard's fine. All right, I seem to recall people wanted to see Shadow strapped up with a Shadow Spear for lethal. Shadow strapped up with a shadow spear for lethal. Don't say we never did it. Or the memes. Was it good? Probably not. Did we do it anyway? Absolutely. I just don't want anybody spreading the false narrative of, oh, Michael's never strapped up a shadow with a shadow spear and attacked his opponent for lethal. I think I'm going to drop an endurance for another, not Hex Parasite, Haywire Might. Maybe not, actually. I get to cast endurance territory. It's just like the better clock. Mike's a coward, but he's not that cowardly. Of course, he's shadow spirit someone with a shadow. Of course. Who hasn't? Like, you don't play modern to not shadow spear up your death shadows and attack people. Okay. Odds that our opponent is currently holding the card Veil of Summer. Or Spell Pierce, either one. You got it. No opponent. I don't think I will be paying the 2 mana. Why is Modern just build around MH2 cards now? Because the MH2 cards are so much better than everything else that's been printed. Like, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I do not. Like, why play the fun mid-rangey stuff when you can just play Rens and Urza's, Sagas, and Endurances and whatever else? Do they not activate their... Pretty sure they didn't activate their Ren. Alright, so now I think I'm going to Thoughts these. Well, I guess they can't make a construct next turn. Or not a construct, a dwarf. I'm probably okay just going for make a construct. Sad reality, it's basically either shit or sell out at this point. And sadly, people are selling out. You're not wrong. Not wrong at all. I think this is going to be make a construct, untap, float mana, maybe get like a map, use this floated mana, the other saga, the map to go get another black source. Depends on what we draw into. E. Springleaf drum's really looking good. Yeah, there's a lot of times I've wished I had a springleaf drum for sure. All right. To get pithing needle name Ren. I still think I want the expedition map though. Get map, crack map off Saga land. Go get another like. Yeah. Now am I EE? I am gonna EE on 0. Um, Bill Ren, hit them. They're choosing to keep the Ren alive. Then I think I just pass here. How likely do I think they are to have Veil of Summer? You know what? We're going for it. Ah, Veil of Summer, Veil of King Summer. Like, you know they've got it without a shadow of a doubt. But it's just every time, like, all right, just don't have it right here. Bam. Haywire Might's what Green Spellbomb should have been. Well, I mean, they had like what is it, the one in a green, the enchantment that you can sack and blow up an artifact or enchantment. Seal of Primordium. So I can kind of understand not having a second thing that does the exact same thing, but yep. All right, sack you, ditch you, because if I find another land, I'd rather get down Shadow. Go and get Pithing Needle to name Ren, or do I go get Haywire Might? No, because I'm not blowing up Fable this turn. Let's just get Pithing Needle and name Ren. Odds that my opponent has also got the Spell Pierce. Oh my god. I mean, I guess they could just have, like, uh, Persist. That's, like, just as good. So, yeah, we could have played around that Veil of Summer by just, like, not going for the Thoughtseize and holding up EE. You have another creativity. Yep. All right, GG's. So remember when I said earlier that naming Archon is just not the automatic name off of Necromentia? Yeah, stuff like that's why. So yeah, I mean, I don't think there was much we could have done there to change the outcome. Like, we could have sat on EE, but they showed us that they found the second Beseiju anyway. So they would have been able to get rid of EE. I think having the Springleaf Drum would have helped a lot. So I do appreciate that suggestion. It's Veil Bridge. Some sort of affinity. Let's take Thoughtcast. Double Saga is a little rough for us. A land would be really nice. I mean, technically. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure I'm playing that out as an actual factual land. Okay, so make a construct, get a Springleaf Drum. One, two, three, four, five, six. Relic. Yes. there anything I can do here? Back with both. They block a construct on one. I could decay and blow up the construct. Back with both. They. Alright. Attack with both. If they go the blocks with the construct, I sack the bauble. They crack the relic. And I can decay. I do this. They do that. I guess they could just like relic themselves and exile Saga. Nettle Cyst. All roads feel horrific there. I mean, I feel okay if they just go like no land drop, hard cast Nettle Cyst. Like, honestly, a lot of draws that involve them not playing a third land feel okay to me. Then I draw land. Closed. We are past blocks, if that matters. Does killing the construct now matter? Does it? Probably not. I guess for like metallic rebuke purposes, it could. Alright, I really hope you don't. Fatal push this one. So if they get a Springleaf Drum, they've got to use one of their non-summoning sick guys. Or they just have a free Frogmite. Never mind. Never mind. And if we could find one more land. One more land to be able to double spell would have been clutch. Yep. All right. Well, we got some pretty fun stuff here. Parasunders, Haywire Mites. X Parasite can just like permanently keep a Saga on one. Nihil's bad. Like that. All right. Good hands. Good hands. Yeah. Pretty solid. Heatland Thoughtseize into Saga Goyf with the Shadow Spear. Opponent's on a mulligan. Take a thought cast. Here's my Saga OP. Who can play it this game? Another Mist Vault. Wonder why they didn't play a Saga there. I mean, I guess maybe they know that I'm likely playing the Might. It might just be like kind of adverse to getting Sagas, knowing that I can just Might them. And I love Affinity sometimes. Like, all right. What is my plan from here? I could Pithing Needle their Saga, since I've already made a couple constructs. I could Hex Parasite to lock it down. But then they've got second Saga. I think I'm just going to Pithing Needle Saga. I'll go ahead and Fatal Push Frog. We can do because Saga left the battlefield. Needle Saga because their constructs will be bigger than ours. Fair point as well. Now, do I want to just play out like EE on 0 to buff my constructs? Sure. Got Infernal Grasp, so I'm not like too worried. Right? Pretty good turn on their part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the air. They choose to go that route. Got the float mana. So I can get Haywire Might. Probably like best get. I think that floating mana, or not floating mana, is really going to hurt me here. I'll get the Might. Yeah, that really, really hurt here. They're going to go for Bounce Throne Thought Monitor. That is A-okay. I don't even think I want to play out the Shadow Spear here. I think I just want to say go. Hold up Haywire Might or Infernal Grasp. Hope they don't string together some more thought effects. But it's just Pithing Needle named Haywire Might. Got it. Hope they don't string together some thought effects. Moments before disaster. Bruh. Could you not, please? Okay. Do I have a line to lethal here? If I Infernal Grasp the Ornithopter, untap, draw land, Shadow Spear, equip up the Tarmogoyf. It's a 5/5 construct. 7/8 Goyf with trample. 1/1 Haywire Might. Not lethal. By EE to blow up the Mimknight and the Ornithopter. I blow up my construct token. That's not lethal. Got the Haywire Might named. I guess I go for the Infernal Grasp because there's a chance. No. Gotta go for the E and save the Infernal Grasp. I was gonna say. Well, I guess no, I can still go for the Infernal Grasp because they're forced to chump block with the Thought Monitor. I don't like have to save anything for that. So yeah. Go Infernal Grasp. Force the chump with the monitor. And that gives me lethal, right? Exile the Thought Monitor. Back with whatever. Alright, on to game 3. So fun, we get to do it once more for a second time. I think there's really anything I want. Roll with it. If I had like Battle Rage in the deck, maybe I want more Wraith. But not the best 7 in the world, but it's hard to throw it back. What was that card? Which card? Which card are you referring? Etched Champion! Etched Champion! Oh my god. Opponent, you hurt my soul. So we're just gonna pass and hold up Fatal Push because we have to Thought Seize an Etched Champion next turn. This green black Saga, it is. It is. With Death Shadows. Because why not? Relic is fine. Oh yeah. Let's get Overgrown Tomb. Fatal Push you because we can. Rid of Fatal Push. If they only have one land. Means Dismembering would have been technically better. But do I just want to like Abrupt Decay the Relic? No. That's bad. That's a gross hand. Super gross hand. Double Cranial Plating. Aether Spellbomb. If I don't hit a land, though, I'm absolutely Abrupt Decaying this Springleaf Drum. All right. Spellbomb is down. I've got no graveyard. Look at the Scourge. The one of Scourge. The one of. Staring us down, looking all horrible. Thoughtseize. Gonna Inquisition. What you got over here? Triple Cranial Plating. Not one plating, not two plating. Triple plating. Hold on to this bauble for a second, so maybe I can pop it after they pop Relic. Yep, that's about right. Not have a priority opportunity to kill this, unfortunately. sorcery because they've already got one of those. And I mean, I guess at least we get to like dismember and draw some cards. Memnite. Nice. Nice. Kevin, I think the last league was that black white league that got posted in your Discord. We went like 0-3 drop. It was atrocious. It was so bad. But now in the words of He-Man, I have the power. Got a reader. I have the power. Lighting number 1. You got it. That's right. That's right. Attack with everything because if they mess up, well, I guess they got spell bombs, so it's gonna be really difficult for them to mess up blocks. But it's fine. Actually, let's think about this. Block 1 on a shadow. They're dead on board. So we force the spell bomb activation on something. I guess there's like not really a big reason to attack with the parasite. Like it forces them to block both of the shadows, but even if they don't, they can spell bomb a shadow, and I'd be paying a bunch of life. So I think it's just not worth it. This way, you still have to block because I'm threatening just hex parasite pumps. Opponent is aggressively Googling how hex parasite works. You just like pay mana or pay life into this over and over again? Yes. Yes, I can. But I am at an even life total, so I can't uh, get them down to. Is it worth it to pump any life? I guess I force the spell bomb activation. That that gets one less counter. I thought Hex Parasite can kill Saga, by the way. It turns out it can't. Nope, just resets it back to 0. So they can activate it again. Now you got to spend your spell bomb. Which on the plus side means no cracking relic this turn. Eventually. I'm not dead to Galvanic Blast. Solid move. Nothing I can do here, right? Take the one. Lay out our dudes. But yeah, Hex Parasite on Saga just like turns it down to 0 counters, and they go to their next turn. They put a counter on it. Like really bad into Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but it's okay into Urza's Saga because it just means they never get it up to 2 to be able to make a construct. Yeah. 3 and 1. 3 and 1 somehow for the stack of cards that probably don't belong together. Probably don't belong together, but we're playing together anyway. All right. Get get like a double stack here. It's not a 5-0, so we can't get a Big Mac, but nice little double stack. Fine. Not thrilling, but cards and spells and stuff. If you haven't been here for most of the league, our one loss was to creativity, and we played it like round 1 and beat it. And I kind of mentioned that like when I initially put this list together, creativity wasn't very popular, so it's not like a deck I was worried about. But now creativity is a lot more popular. So if you're thinking of picking up like Golgari Shadow Saga in your local F&M meta, I might consider adding an extra piece or 2 of hate for the creativity decks. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's Haywire Might. He comes for you. He blows up enchantment. I don't know if that's the exact lyrics, but what we're rolling with. All right. Clock. She begins. I'd be pretty terrified if my opponent was swinging a Haywire Might at me. Like, do you see how menacing this thing looks? Display icon back. Somewhere down there, it's menacing. Are they going to Saga this while I'm tapped off of Might? Or Leyline Binding this? War this. Go to war my Saga. Sure. Got it. That doesn't make a ton of sense to do anything here. I think I'm just flashing in endurance into turn. Gonna be hard cast Fury. Opponent, you know not the anger you unleash upon this world by killing the Might. I I can't prepare you for the Pandora's box of effects you've unleashed here. You can have all these lands back. Should have just let the Might live. You brought this on yourself. The Might fears not the Rhinos. Ask not for whom the Might tolls, it tolls for thee. All right. Make more constructs. Kind of want to just get Shadow Spear. But map for another Saga also seems good. Yeah, let's go map. Let's play Beseiju. Reverse. I'm just getting a shadow here. Keep clogging up the board. And I guess I can leyline binding something. I guess this is pretty bad if they have second Fury. It seems reasonable against like everything else. Force of negation, 3 unknowns. No attack. Alright, so let's start with rack map. Go get another Saga. We will thought seize. See what happens. I'll throw the force negation at this. Yep. Here's a Nihil spell bomb. Respond to this by killing a token. Taking endurance is an interesting choice. What does this mean? Just more rhinos? See what you do. Yep. Like if they kill the shadow, it's fine. If they misassign trample damage, then I get to just like keep my shadow around. Love to get this Lily down here, but I feel like that's probably not the best choice. What are the odds that my opponent's on like one of those early teamer rhino lists that was running cryptic command? And you just go like tap down your team, alpha strike. That'd be gross. ice down one. Petty theft one. Okay. What I got? Don't have the mana to play multiple bounce effects. One bounce effect doesn't kill me. Shadow is currently lethal on the crackback. If I make another construct and get an artifact, all three of my constructs are lethal on the crackback. That kills me. Unless I can spell bomb into a fatal push. Nope. Man, that's what I get for talking trash about the Become Immense. Death by Become Immense. Was not anywhere on my radar. I don't think I would have played around it even if I had thought about it, but at least nice to kind of think about it. Yes, I want the second Haywire Might. Member seems kind of bad. I don't think Brutality seems better, though. Nope. Better. Not great, but better. Throw back a Shadow. We're ways off of that doing anything. All right. Got Force of Vigor. Having the basic forest is really unfortunate because usually there's like so many reasons they'd have to fetch and shock to play around or to play down the footballs. But just having the basic forest on turn one really hates into that. Carry on. Alright. We need a threat. They need a more painful mana base. Show me a fetch land. Show me a fetch land. Something that gets countered by my own chalice. They naturally draw another Force of Vigor. Alright. Oh, man. We just find something to get this endurance down. I mean, I guess technically they're letting us play Scourge now. Alright, that's better than a Scourge. Next turn, before combat, we can play Mishra's Bauble into the Chalice and be able to attack. And I think I'm just going to traverse for a swamp, too. Here's a Scourge. Now you've got to deal with Chalice. If you can deal with Chalice and get Rhinos, I've got EE. Woo. On to game 3. Anything I saw game 2 that makes me want to change up my play. It's all Force of Vigor. Not really anything I've got to change up them having Force. Maybe bring in Brutality. Bring in Brutality over an Endurance. Pretty unexciting hand. I can do better. That's better. Take a Tarmogoyf. That is what we call a clock. Shock in, fetch. I guess we'll just go ahead and play the Goyf. They could have, like, get a Steam Vents and Leyline Binding. But if they do, then I still get to, like, untap Shadow. And they shouldn't have anything that just kills the Goyf straight up. Pretty good draw as well. Check for force. Don't have a second green source. So let's just take Shardless Agent, Fetch and Shock, EE on 0. Up. Now they don't have a second green card and they don't have a second green source. So at least at the moment the endurance is locked behind bars. No longer the case. They've got artifact, creature, sorcery, land. I've got artifact, sorcery, land. All right. What's my play? Udawara, Ice, Subtlety. I could escalate Brutality. Ditch the Endurance. I actually like that a lot. Escalate Brutality. Ditch the Endurance. Kill the Shardless Agent. Take the Fire and Ice out of their hand. If they Endurance, Goyf still outgrows. Because I add creature to my yard. So both yards have 4. Goyf still outgrows. If they Odawara, I guess I just like play the Shadow regardless. Because if they ice and tap down my Tarmogoyf, yeah, if they ice and tap down my Tarmogoyf, then I just get Shadow down. They can't kill the Shadow. Opponent is thinking. Heavily in the tank. And they could Otawara their agent. Like, that's A-okay with me as well. Ice down my Goy. Kill you. Second Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice into Fire and Ice into Dead and Gone. Brutal. So Endurance, Otawara, Subtlety. I think I'm supposed to play out the EE pre-combat just in case their one blind draw was a violent outburst. Rip Mono Red Prison and Legacy. I love casting Dead Gods. Evil, evil card. Man, I am good at this. I should play the EE pre-combat in case their one blind rip is a violent outburst. How does he do it? Like, I'm telling you, it's impossible to script this stuff. Say impossible to script this stuff. Clearly, it is not impossible to script this stuff because it happens way more than it should. And Ardent Plea. So you cannot tell me that the Rhinos decks have to have violent outbursts. Like, violent outburst isn't too big of an upside for Cascade style decks when there are plenty of cards you can run that let you Cascade. Said it a million times, Rhinos is the biggest, chunkiest deck in the format. Not wrong most of the time. Okay. Endurance, Otawara, Subtlety. And land they just drew. Endurance, Otawara, Subtlety. We get to take one of the things here. I don't think it really matters which. I guess we take Endurance. Subtlety and Otawara just kind of do the same thing. Not that like we really care about endurance. Maybe we don't take that. Sure. Uh, can't. I guess I can attack with both. No. Better to just try to rip another way to lose life. All right, Otawara unknown. Otawara unknown. Otawara unknown. I don't think there's anything they can double spell off of that I care about. Fatal push first. So if they got like force negation or something, they have to use it. Okay, never mind. All right. 4-1 with Golgari Shadow. Felt decent. Felt decent. I mentioned a couple times that the last time like I played this deck through a few leagues was before creativity was very popular. So if you're wanting to pick it up, find some extra spots for creativity. Like we're not a very interactive deck. We need a little more ways of dealing with those, whether that be oh, Veil of Summer would be like okay, but pretty bad. EE's okay. Haywire Might's okay. I don't really know what would help out. Maybe you want to go down the Orvar tech. Not really my favorite place to be, but at the end of the day, like, it's fine. Lily was mad. I think the next time I run the deck, I think I'm going to cut all of this and add Gigantha to the board. Find like another okay 1 or 2 drop creature. But I think all of this was kind of meh. Dismember was like the best looking of the bunch, but you could run Infernal Grasp or something else in that spot and not be extremely upset. But I think that Gigantha might just be worth like these slots. But that's just my 2 cents. Regardless, I think the deck was really fun. Okay, 1 or 2 drop creature and Golgari, nice joke. I mean, you could always run like what's his name? The elf that tutors up lands, Elvish Reclaimer, and be able to get like Peat Land or Fetch Land, Saga, whatever calls for at that moment. That would be like a halfway reasonable 1-drop creature. It's not anything crazy, but I don't think it has to be anything crazy. But you could also just go back up on like the Inquisitions and get rid of some of these. That would help out with the creativity matchup. Just be able to hit away the Ren and 6 to Fairy creativity, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think we played this list through like 4 leagues, and I think it's been 4 straight 4-1s, honestly. But I'd have to double check on that.